Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Cosmic Currents, a space for energetic tune-ups. I'm Polly Marie, and I'm here to share alchemized, embodied teachings born from my own journey. My mission is to offer loving wisdom that supports your becoming so you can step fully into your highest expression and walk in harmony with the earth. Every week we receive a fresh cosmic download by weaving together the wild unknown archetypes, animal spirits, and your own soul recognition. We'll explore how these energies show up in your reality. We'll look at both the light and the shadow, learning how to harmonize these currents as they move through your unique blueprint. So welcome, everyone, and anyone who is new, welcome, and thank you for being here. Remember, you're right where you need to be. And wow, I have a special cosmic current, and this is for our January 27th, 2026 powerful transformational transit that we're in here. This is with Mars conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, bringing this intensity and transformation and transcendence and individual evolution. So our current for this week is allow yourself to begin again. So what this feels like to me is that individual evolution of this transit. It's another rebirth. However, this is a cosmic rebirth. So how it affects us will be paramount, and allowing for these powerful currents to move through our bodies, our vessels. The embodiment of this will be key, I believe, to unlocking its powerful potential to transform and to transform you from the inside out. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening with the energies of this transit. So the energy of Mars is action and drive, right? And Pluto is about transformation and power. So they merge in this innovative Aquarius, because we are in Aquarius. So it's acting as this catalyst for deep personal and collective change. This alignment fuels the desire to break free from limitation and outdated scripts, outdated belief systems, right? We're invited into the role of the witness self. I'm going to call it the witness self. And it's a stepping back, and it's an observing consciously and channeling this power into more constructive long-term transformation rather than just this impulsive disruption. So when we have Moon conjunct Uranus in Aquarius, it's about rebellion and revolution at its core frequency. So as the moon meets Uranus, that planet of revolution and awakening in Aquarius, the atmosphere becomes electric and unpredictable. Themes of freedom and truth and innovation and liberation rise to the surface, accelerating the collective and our personal awakening. So I don't know about you all, but I feel it. I feel it, and it's exciting, yet I can feel how the embodiment will be so critical, because it just almost feels like you can just kind of spin off here. So we're going to dive deeper into this and the Sabian symbol of this transit, because we're in Aquarius at 8 degrees of Aquarius. And I feel there's no small synchronicity to this being numerical significance to the number 8. You know, it's infinity, as most of us know it to be. But the Mayans taught it, and it represented to them the weaving of life, the sacred energy of birth. So powerful and beautiful and amazing. So let's view this current from the Sabian symbol of the 8 degrees of Aquarius. And the image is a beautiful gowned wax figure. And its keywords are about vision, intention, cooperation, and prayer. So this symbol speaks to the way humanity learns, and the way it learned through reflection, modeling, and idealized images, like the stories, the icons, the heroes, right? The aesthetics that we admire. We would study others in order to know ourselves. We even may absorb patterns from, right? Parents, friends, lovers, teachers, leaders, and mentors. But eventually, and what's happening now is our awareness, our collective consciousness has risen. And this awareness arises, and now we begin to ask, well, who am I beneath all of these reflections? So this current is revealing where we have been living from habit rather than maybe of our own conviction, or where we've been living not from our own inner authority or truth. So it invites us to reclaim that, reclaim our identity. And with this alignment, the deeper teaching of this degree, 8th degree of Aquarius, it really is kind of revealed. And we no longer are meant to model ourselves after external figures. We're learning to model ourselves after our highest self, from our highest version of our highest self. And that's done through witnessing, through self-awareness, and conscious creation. So it feels like that was maybe an outdated way that we used to extract information about who we are. It's like those things were valuable, and they're really even still valuable. But now I feel it's about taking that and extracting the value from that, not copying that, but taking what is the highest perspective that relationship or that encounter is there to show you. So this is that shift. This is the shift from copying others, or from seeking identity through admiration, or from borrowing meaning from external structures. And it's moving into extracting wisdom from experience, from refining our own inner vision, and from embodying our authentic expression. That is the Aquarian freedom. And it just is so amazing and cool, and makes my heart sing to have everybody now have this option to choose this kind of identity reset. This is like the creator awakening, right, within us. So we're not going to let others define us, but they can reflect dormant potential that's already within us. You know, that's still a very viable tool in our evolution. So the download I received. Who you are is a choice, and you are the creator of that choice. Transformation does not come from copying others, following icons, or adapting or adopting external identities. It comes from remembering who you already are. Others only reflect what already exists within you. Their purpose is not to define you, but to activate you. Release borrowed identities. Step out of unconscious modeling. Witness yourself consciously and embody your highest self. Reclaim that authorship of your reality. You are the access point. You are the model. You are the creator. And you are here to remember yourself. So powerful. So This feels like a big reframe, and much of the world, has shifted into these kind of spiritualized structures to cope with chaos, right? Systems, rituals, identities, beliefs. It just all keeps spinning on itself and can spin into this whole chasing of these spiritualized experiences. But that's not where this answer lies as well, right? It's in just this self-belief as the foundation. So this transit, again, is not about copying models or copying spiritual practices. It's about extracting the value and the wisdom, the highest perspective from every experience, and using it to refine your own vision. This is how you will begin to live inside your created reality. This is how you embody authentic love, and this is how you become sovereign in your expression. So maybe to help further understand this, there's a story of a bird, a caged bird. And the bird was kept in a cage and it forgot how to sing. So other birds, not even the same species of birds, would fly near the cage and they would sing their songs. And one day the caged bird remembered its own song. The birds did not teach it a new voice. They reminded it of the voice it already had. And this is the teaching of this transit. So spirituality is not about becoming someone else. It's not about adopting a ritual, a leader, an icon, a system, or an identity. It's about remembering who you are. It's about remembering your song. So to embody this creatorship, we have to do this within a teaching, within our 3D reality, let's say, right? Because you are the access point, you are the model. So this Aquarius current is not about escaping the world. It's about inhabiting it fully in 3D reality. Awareness moves through the lived human experience. The body, our relationships, the creativity, the power, and the service within linear space and time. This is where spirit meets form and where insight becomes action. 3D is not a dimension that we transcend, but it's practice. It's our teaching environment, right? And grounded, to become kind of this grounded self-mastery in this reality that you create in the physical form of time and space and 3D, it arises through presence. So when consciousness remains embodied and balanced between the polarities, and we move from conscious choice rather than from reaction, we can then witness ourselves within daily life, and we reclaim our power through coherence instead of force. So here, embodiment itself is the ally, and awareness is refined through lived experience, discernment, and ethical choice. Creativity circulates naturally. Insight no longer floats in abstraction. It lands in the day-to-day. It lands in the conversation. It lands in the boundaries we set. It lands in the work. It lands in the care of our body. So through this self-mastery, we expand beyond unconscious archetypical living and return that clarity back into everyday reality. The story is no longer something that happens to us. It's something we consciously participate in. So with this being the 8th degree, I feel this as an octave of 8. This is about mastery and 3D integration. And it has this theme of that power, but now is ethical power. When it's in its light aspect, it's abundance. It's everything is abundance. There's always abundance. We are abundance. We were born abundant and we are abundant. But when it's in its shadow, that's the greed, okay? So we can call upon sacred geometry here, like the 8, the infinity symbol. And we're working with this paradigm of power. So at this octave, personal power is used consciously, ethically, and without force. Resources like time, energy, money, influence, they're managed with integrity and wisdom. An authority then arises from coherence, not control. This is abundance rooted in responsibility. It's power expressed through service, and it's creation guided by alignment. So we have a light and kind of a fun, humorous aspect to work with here, and that is that insight finally lands in real life. You don't float away. You update your calendar and hydrate. So I offer an embodiment practice for you. You can take one spiritual insight and apply it practically today. That could be sleep, eat a good meal, speak honestly, okay? But make that choice that reflects who you truly are. And integration does matter. So we're leaving behind timelines where truth about God and authority that's lived outside of us is no longer the truth. The soul now speaks clearly. You're no longer available for outdated identities or belief systems. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are the creator, embodied, present, and awake in your 3D reality. So the archetype, the vessel, came out, which is the physical body. So this is the most sacred vessel of all. And it has a life cycle that must be honored. The vessel appears when it's a time for us to build, break, or repair. And we must find that out for ourselves. What do we want to build? What needs to break, or what needs to be repaired? So when this archetype is in its light aspect, it's stable, it's strong, it's graceful. And when it is in its dark aspect, it's trapped. Or it's like being in a bubble, living in a bubble. And our beautiful animal spirit message here was a message from the butterfly. And for me, this is definitely representing the Aquarian, because the butterfly is the Aquarian air sign. It's the frequency of the heart itself, with the message of great change and transformation. And this frequency is here with us during this transit as that air element of the heart. So it offers us support in this change. And it will evolve. And yeah, it's gonna require some discomfort. That just is, life. But it's a reminder to be extra patient with ourselves, loving, be kind to yourself. Because when this frequency is in balance, it's cheerful and graceful. And when it's out of balance, you might be feeling kind of fragile or frustrated. So you can bring this frequency into balance with daily routine. Whatever that is for you, or whatever feels good in your daily routine, keep that daily routine. And I can offer here a 3D embodiment reflection. So wherever you are, you would just pause, you feel your body, take a nice breath, and you can ask yourself, where can I choose consciously instead of reacting? And what one action today reflects my integrity and self-mastery? And just take one small, real step And include the body with that. Include the care for the body. And speak honestly to your body and to others. And act in that alignment. This is embodiment. And the integration of this counts. So I might offer an affirmation here. I choose presence. I embody my truth. I create my reality with integrity. So, as this current settles, everyone, and, I'm settling into this current as well, remember, nothing needs to be added or fixed. You are not becoming something new. You are remembering what has always been true. So yes, that could feel like something new. That could feel like a rebirth. That could feel like the caterpillar being the butterfly. But it's just your true nature finally being able to be revealed and expressed. So carry this awareness with you. Let it sink in. Let it shape your choices, your voice, your way of being. Trust your song and live it. So until next time, stay present with the current and much, much love.